Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is on this look right here that I created using my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I am so excited because I finally got the opportunity to sit down and play with it. I've been wanting to for really like the last month and a half since I received it, but I just didn't have the time with, you know, pre-filming and school and all that good stuff. So I finally had some time that I penciled in to sit down and create this look. This look was heavily inspired by my girl here on YouTube, Uche. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name right. But I have been sitting staring at my Morphe palette for a couple days now, trying to figure out what look I wanted to create first with the palette. And I really wanted it to be something really beautiful, something really bold, and just like, you know. And while I'm on the subject of the palette, this is in no way a review of the palette. I feel like there have been so many reviews on this Jaclyn Hill palette that I don't want to be number 10 million and one. So this is simply just a tutorial using this palette, but that's all the logistical stuff, I think. So before we go ahead and get started, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this look. Typically when I sit down and I just have like a palette that I want to use, I never really know what I'm doing. But I actually know what I'm doing because today's look is going to be inspired by one of my faves, also here on YouTube. Her name is Uche. I'm going to put the picture of the look that I'm inspired by right over here, as well as her information, YouTube channel, Instagram. All of that will be linked down below. But yeah, so she did a tutorial the other... Oh, well, I'm pre-filming. So she did this tutorial technically a couple weeks ago, and I got super duper inspired when I saw it. It was just really beautiful, and I wanted to recreate it on myself. I'm not using any of the products that she was using in terms of palettes. I know that she used the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, and I have not had the opportunity to try those out yet. So I'm just going to try my best to remake the look using things that I have in my collection already. And yeah, I'm really excited because the look is beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump in. So we're gonna start this look off by going into Creamsicle, which is this shade right here in the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I think a good dupe for this would be Chickadee by Makeup Geek. So if you don't have this palette yet, because I know it is really hard to get your hands on, then that is a good shadow to work with. And this is just a Morphe R36 brush. So with the same brush, just because I want to keep it fairly simple, and I do want this color to also be like all show. I also want this color to be like a wash on my lid and my crease. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same Morphe R36, and I'm going to go into Hunts, which is this almost like ketchup-y type shade. It's like a burnt, not sienna, but like a burnt orange type shade. What I will say is that the formula of these matte shadows is really creamy. I'm going to take this Morphe M505 brush, and I'm going to go a little bit back into Creamsicle and just dust that along the edges, just to soften it and give it a nice fade. Okay, so my camera went ahead and needed to take a break. So I started to stipple the Hunts shadow onto my lid, and I'm just going to intensify it a little bit more now. The only thing that I don't like about this palette is that it doesn't have a mirror. I feel like I need to be able to get up close and personal. Is this sort of kind of giving me Black China vibes? Unintentionally, because that really wasn't my goal, but I'm not mad at it. Okay, so now I'm going to intensify my outer V, outer corner-ish area just a little bit, and I'm going to do so on a Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go into this shadow right here, which is Roxanne. And I'm just gonna place that on the outer corner. I'm just gonna put it down first, and then I'm gonna go back in and blend it. Okay, now we can move on to like the fun-ish part. So if you have hooded lids, you understand the struggle. If you're gonna use a shimmer shadow on your lid, you're gonna get transfer onto your lid, which means your eye looks have a very, very short lifespan. So I'm going to be using my NYX glitter primer in order to sort of kind of get that effect. And I'm gonna lay it down using just a regular angle brush. Any angle brush is fine. So this glue does dry down pretty fast. We're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna be taking Firework, which is the more fire red, and then Queen, which is the more gold. So I think that's pretty much it for the upper lids. Oh, before I go on to my bottom lash line, I'm gonna take my BH132 brush, my favorite pencil brush, and it's a really great brush for getting in your inner corner, which is what we're about to do. And I'm gonna take this shadow right here called Beam. It is so beautiful, especially with flash on. Oh my goodness. Then I'm going to go in with my little flat brush and go into a little bit of Queen and really just feather it in between the two shadows, so there's a little bit of an ombre going on. And not just like stark contrast. But to bring some of the red orange vibes down to my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking my Luxie 221 flat definer brush, and I'm going to be going into Jacz, which is this like really deep red shade right here. And I'm gonna take my same 231 from earlier and I'm gonna tap into Jacz as well, and I'm gonna buff the shadow along. Mocha is this shadow right here. I'm gonna take that and just place it on the outer area of my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm gonna take the black eyeshadow that's in here, and you can use any black eyeshadow, it doesn't matter. This one's just called Abyss, but I'm gonna take the black eyeshadow and line my lash line like I always do. Okay, so I went ahead and put on mascara and lashes. I went with my Koko lashes in the style Queen Bee. And for mascara, I used my NYX Stacked Mascara and my Maybelline Big Shot. And we can go ahead and finish the face now. I'm gonna go into my Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion in 2, Morphe M510 as always. Favorite highlighting brush. For blush, which I have not worn in a minute, I'm going to dip into my MAC Extra Dimension blush in Hushed Tone. For nose highlight, I'm going to mix my two babies right here. Button nose. Get the bridge. And then for lips, I have two options. Oh, actually, I'm actually not done. I think I want to go in with my Diamond Glow powder. Okay, now that I'm done highlighting, I can go ahead and move on to my lip. And I do have two different lip options. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try the second option that I had, which was the LimeCrime Velvetine Mini. I don't know, it's giving me like mad, this whole look is giving me like mad pumpkin spice vibes. But like, do you see my highlight, y'all? Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, yes. So this is the finished look. I really loved how this came out. It's a little different for me. It's not really like my go-to warm tones. This is a lot more brighter, a lot more vibrant, a lot more in your face. But I am really glad that I tried something a little bit different. It may not be a whole lot different, but I'm glad that I pushed myself a little bit. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as well. If you did, please leave, you know, your feedback on this tutorial or just on the video in general, as well as any suggestions of videos that you guys would like to see coming up. October is around the corner, which means it's time for Halloween makeup tutorials. And last year, I got my feet wet with Halloween makeup tutorials, but this year I have some really good things up my sleeve. So I hope you guys are excited. Everything I used on my face, Uche's Instagram and all of her information, everything will be listed down below, as well as linked, my social media, stuff like that. So be sure to check down there in case you're wondering about anything like that. And until my next video, peace, love, and abundance, my loves. Bye.